But we also know there was a ProPublica investigation that more than 170 Americans have been detained by ICE, with 20 held for more than a day without being able to contact their lawyer or a loved one.
Breaking news. A top MAGA senator has suddenly resigned, right as massive No Kings protests erupt across the country. That's right. Thousands of Americans are hitting the streets, raising their voices against Donald Trump and his growing influence. One by one, his allies are falling away. The pressure is on, and things are looking rough for the Trump movement. Across America, people are standing together to say one powerful message. We don't want a king. We want democracy. This movement isn't small. It's a wave of frustration, hope, and unity. Americans are done staying silent.
But we also know there was a ProPublica investigation that more than 170 Americans have been detained by ICE, with 20 held for more than a day without being able to contact their lawyer or a loved one. And that's what the No Kings protest is about. Donald Trump says, I'm not a king. And yeah, we get it. You're not a king. You wish you were a king, and you're running this administration as if you should have those kinds of rights. The lack of respect for the Constitution and the laws of this country are astounding. And Trump even told Kristen Welker when he was on Meet the Press a few months ago that he didn't know if he had to uphold the Constitution. And in preparation for today's show, I just wanted to go over a few of the things that people who are going to be out there on the streets peacefully protesting are upset about. Starting with the basics, signing an executive order to do away with birthright citizenship, which is literally in the Constitution, sending troops into blue cities.
Oh, you mean
unilaterally implementing tariffs, which Congress gets to do. I already talked about the 170 Americans who've been locked up. Cracking down on the First Amendment, detaining students for op-eds you don't like, targeting law firms, universities, reallocating funds appropriated by Congress to fund your big ICE force, firing inspectors generals that are looking into your friends like Elon Musk, making billions off of crypto scams, and your kids are running all over the world making deals. And the Trump administration has defied 1 in 3 judges that have ruled against him. And you're seeing that from judges appointed up from Reagan up to Donald Trump that are saying absolutely not, you are breaking the law in taking some of these actions.
You know what's actually kind of funny? Seeing how hard the Republicans are trying to deal with this whole situation, they just can't stop reacting.
There is no question now. When people were kind of frowning about the use of the word authoritarian and fascist to describe Trump at the beginning of the year, but we've seen nothing but that ever since. Right. The prosecution of political enemies, soldiers on the streets, everything that you read about in, the attempt to divide, demonize the enemy, calling them, terrorists, calling people who are just marching in the streets terrorist supporters, and Antifa and Hamas and all that stuff. And you see, it is really, really insane. And what they're trying to do with all these lies, I mean, these people, I mean, that's one of the problems that leads to authoritarianism, is that you have a bunch of people who are lying liars who lie, and they continue to lie.
A top MAGA senator has just stepped down, and it all happened as the powerful No Kings protest kicked off. This story is shaking the nation. A powerful ally, Vermont State Senator Samuel Douglas, has been forced to resign in shame, right as protests explode nationwide under the fiery chant, No Kings. Douglas, once one of Trump's loudest defenders, has been exposed in a vile private chat filled with racist and anti-Semitic slurs. Leaked messages nearly 3,000 pages long revealed young hardline. Republicans scheming to tighten Trump's grip on the party while mocking minorities. Even Douglas and his wife were caught making hateful remarks. The backlash was instant. Facing outrage from both sides, Douglas claimed he quit to protect his family, but few believe that. Most see it as a desperate escape from disgrace. Meanwhile, the No Kings movement is spreading like wildfire. From Washington, D.C. to small towns, Americans are filling the streets, demanding accountability and warning against Trump's growing power. Today, Trump's circle is cracking. His allies are falling, his followers are turning silent, and the country is rising up. It feels like the Trump machine, once unstoppable, is finally starting to crumble from within. Okay, so at the end, share your thoughts about whole scenario and support us by subscribe our channel. Thanks.